nothing like finding out what really goes on with award shows. And I have Lynette Patterson with me, and of course we're here Vegas Live with Ninon, and we're in this incredible red booth, which is the Elvis Presley booth.
Okay.
Yeah, this is where he always used to sit here, and he used to be. Now you do award shows.
Yes.
I've been to many of them. I was at the Academy Awards. Actually, I was at the. I'm going to brag now. I was at the Academy Awards with Hal Roach.
Okay.
A few years ago, and they're very hard to put on. They're very, there's a lot.
A lot of work.
There's a lot of work that goes behind it. Do you do those for Vegas, or the award shows for Vegas? Or what do you do?
Our first annual one is one that I am hosting.
Okay.
Of it. It arises from my talk show, which is titled "The Voice Speaks Volume."
The Voice Speaks Volume. And where is it? Is it a radio show, or is it a?
It's a talk show, a mobile talk show, really, because we go into different cities.
Oh, okay.
And we take, individuals in different cities.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, so we go all over.
So you're the traveling.
Yes, we travel.
The traveling host.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's one. So what made you go into these award shows? Because they're hard to do.
Yes, and well, what I wanted to do after interviewing, so many of the individuals. Once we go into different cities, I wanted to take it a step further, because a lot of times, we have individuals and they pour out so much of themselves, and they never get, the acknowledgement or the recognition. And we know some of the other, names
behind
that we hear
scenes,
every day.
They're like they never get noticed.
Yes. And so what I wanted to do, I wanted to just, celebrate them.
Yes.
For their contributions, for their deeds, and above all, the love that they're showing to others in their community and abroad.
Yeah. Now, talking about abroad, I was looking at this Army 1775.
Yes.
And apparently your husband was in the Army for what, 22 years?
Yes, he served in the Army for 22 years.
Wow.
He was a Army drill sergeant.
And were you ever in the Army, or?
No, I wasn't.
You never.
No, I never got an opportunity to experience all of that.
To serve the country, because that's what he was doing, serving the country. So while he was away, obviously he was away for some time. Each time you were on your own with your children. You have children,
yes,
and so you had to take. What sort of life is that?
I really applaud those individuals who are in that form of work, situation, because it takes a lot of faith, first of all, because a lot of times you're away, the man, or even sometimes the female is the one who's doing the serving, and then you have children. But I believe the faith that you have in each other and the love causes it to kind of balance out.
It balances out.
Yeah,
no, he would be gone away. Was he in Iraq or anywhere like that?
Yes, he has served.
All of them?
Afghanistan, Iraq, and some other places.
Oh wow! Yes. Now, when he comes home, you get all the lovely stuff and everything else, and then you talk to him. Is he willing to talk about a lot of what goes on?
Yes, he has, and he is retired now.
Yes,
he has retired, but even now, I'll ask him questions and everything. I mean, he loved his time in the Army.
He did like
it.
He
loved it.
He enjoyed it.
He enjoyed it.
Yes. But then he became a sergeant, as you said?
Yes, a drill sergeant.
A drill sergeant, so he was sort of the head taking care of. And that must be a little bit hard. And there he is taking care of all these young kids. Because a lot of them are, 16 years old?
Yes, some of them. Yes, once they graduate from high school.
Yeah, they can go straight into
the military
or whatever it is. That's amazing. But you never wanted to do that.
No, well, I did, but when I tried, they told me I was too old.
You're too old. How could you be too old? That's really quite funny. That is funny. So now, so you went into sort of, putting on shows, and so what's it like you being a host? I'm now hosting. You're on my show, and I'm hosting you. What's it like out there, sort of, going into the strange towns and different towns, and how do you pick your subjects? And
normally, it's just everyday living.
Okay.
I try to focus on those individuals who, and a lot of times we go into, I'm just going to say maybe the inner city.
Yes.
Into those areas where individuals may never get an opportunity to have a platform to even share what's on the inside of them.
Yeah. I understand what you did. I had a children's show, or a teenage show, for 16 years, and I did the inner city a lot with the younger generation, and I gave them a platform of a place they would never have had,
so
to give them a voice. So I understand what you did. What is the stories or one thing that sticks out in your mind that you were really excited about and you were really fulfilled as to what you were doing?
Well, on one of the tapings, we went into a rural city in the state of Louisiana, and we were driving down the street, and so we saw this older lady. She was sitting outside under her carport, and where we come from, they call it shucking corn.
Okay.
You know, she was sitting there, peeling corn.
Peeling corn,
yes, peeling corn. And so we stopped, and she, welcomed us to come in, and we sit there and we talk with her, and she just shared, some of her life story and everything. And she was just saying how she was just overjoyed that somebody stopped by to say hello.
To say hello.
Wasn't from the city.
No.
But, just stopped by to say hello, how you doing? And then she even invited us to come back again.
Oh, how wonderful.
So that was
Do you think people are very afraid? I think a lot of people are very uncomfortable with themselves to go and say hello to a stranger. Or I'm known for saying hello. I just say hello to people. Hi, how are you? I'm a very free. I'm a very free person, so I'm not inhibited about any of that. Even going into the poor cities. I mean, I've been to Compton many times. And to me, they're no different than anywhere else. And everybody says, well, you can't go in there. I said, why can't I go in there?
Like you said, they're people too.
Yeah, well, they're exactly the same. It's funny because I always say to people, none of us choose to be born or to be born in whatever we're going to be born into or where we are. We just have to be able to learn how to get out and do what we want to do, because sometimes people don't want to get out.
You're right. And then what I found is that sometimes some people, they want to get out, but they don't know how to get out. So we have to go, and like yourself, we have to go back, and even with the teenagers, we have to go back and we have to show them, that there is a better way. Your circumstances do not have to dictate your destiny.
Yes. And I think sometimes, I remember I did a show in Juvenile Hall, and a lot of the kids there, they did not know they had the privilege to go to community college. They had no idea they could do that. They had no idea they could go to the police department and actually work there and sort of, and also in the fire department. They didn't know that they could go to these places. And they said if they knew now, they wouldn't be in Juvenile Hall.
So it makes a difference.
And it does make it. And I think most people out there, if you feel you can make a difference, make it.
That's it. I think we were all born for a purpose.
Oh, definitely born. Well, I think we were born to help each other, and sort of, not have that thing, well, I'm better than you, and I got no money, and I'm brainy, and I'm this, and I'm that. No, we're all the same. Believe me, we're all the same. When it comes,
and I love your spirit.
We all come out the same way, and believe me, we come out with one breath, and we leave with one breath. And that is what we do in between.
Yes.
And let's, do you live in Vegas?
No, well, we are just visiting here. We're promoting the show.
Oh, how
But we
wonderful.
love Vegas.
So let's promote the show. Can we promote your show? Go ahead.
Okay, we'd like to invite you out to the Voice and Man Up Awards, which will be held Friday, June 2nd at the Texas Station. You can purchase your tickets through Ticketmaster by calling 800-745-3000, and the tickets are $29.
That's wonderful. Now, can they get you on a website or Facebook?
Sure. I'm on Facebook, Lynette Ewell, E-W-E-L-L, Patterson, and also we have a media page, The Voice Man Up Awards, and www.thevoicespeaksvolume.org.
So don't forget The Voice.
Yeah.
Isn't there a show called The Voice?
I think
something
there's one.
similar.
Yeah. But this is totally different.
This is totally different. This is The Voice that's actually reaching people that don't get reached.
That's it.
And that's what you're trying to do. And that's what you're not trying. You are actually doing.
That's what we are doing.
Do you ever go to any other countries apart from America?
Yeah. Well, I've had the opportunity to travel to Kenya, Nairobi twice.
Kenya,
and I love it.
It's so funny. I was in Kenya.
Really?
I had opened up a foundation there. I had actually 3 camps.
Okay.
And I did a documentary there on these 3 camps, and the children were all they were orphans, and their mother and fathers had died, of AIDS, and the children were left, and we started with 600 children to help, and we ended up with 1,000. And it's still going strong.
Much needed, yes.
Oh, much needed.
Well,
these kids were amazing. We went there, we did the documentary. So, and then I had another woman, Kathleen, that she sent a lot of goods over and money over.
We needed.
But this definitely went to the right place.
Yes.
Because we opened up 3 schools.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
We actually built a building, and I think on one of them we opened up the first bathroom or something. And it was, and then we had a little medical room where they could get, medicine or whatever they wanted.
Yes.
So this is needed not only in
and
America.
See, that's what it's all about. Yeah.
And people like us and like you, we can actually do that because we know the ins and outs and where we can go and what we can do. So, if you've got some time, and I'm going to say spare time, make the time to help somebody.
That's
and
what
I'm going to say it right again. We have 16,000, quote unquote, homeless children in Vegas.
Right here.
Right here.
Right here.
Right here. So, we've got it right at our doorstep. Spend a little time with them. These are only children. They have no idea what's going on. they don't know what's happening. So Vegas Live, we support them, we help them, whatever we can do. And with you as well, we can help them as well.
We will meet again.
We will definitely. Oh yeah, this is definitely was supposed to be.
It was.
This is one thing, to help each other, and that's what the life is all about.
That's what it's all about.
When
that's what I live for.
Peace within yourself, and then you can spread it. Thank you for watching Vegas Live with Nina, an amazing woman. Don't forget your event, June 2nd.
June 2nd.
June
Texas
2nd.
Station.
Texas Station, June 2nd, Las Vegas.